Gotta sit front with all the back seats from taking. All the time.
We're almost live. Perfect.
Evening, everyone. Please join me in pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Evening, everyone. Welcome to the November 18th County Council meeting. First item on the order this evening is to approve the minutes from the October 15th meeting. Has everyone had a chance to read those?
Yes.
Any additions or corrections?
I don't see any.
Hearing none, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written. So made. Second? I'll second that. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Approved 6-0. The next item of business is to approve the minutes from October 27th, which was the budget meeting. To accept the budget for the 2026 year. Has everybody had a chance to read those? Pretty short and sweet.
Yes.
Do I have a motion to?
Motion approved.
Do I have a second? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So. All right, next point of agenda this evening is the Sheriff's Department retirement update. Welcome.
Good evening, all. Just real quick going over, this is kind of all new, coming up with Senate Bill 144. This bill indicates that the Sheriff's Department should present this information at the County Council related to the retirement and benefits plan. SB 144 does not provide detailed instructions. It references the other sections of Indiana Code, Section 3. It requires pension plans to report information to the state through the gateway systems. And that is, Chief Pickle, I think, already emailed you guys a copy of the gateway entries for review. As part of the fiscal body annual financial report, AFR filing, it's likely that the state will be mostly interested in the plan's funded levels and contribution requirements. So next year, it'll be a complete different look because they'll actually be able to input the numbers correct differently. This is kind of their knee-jerk reaction to satisfy the Senate bill requirements. And then next year they'll clean it up and it'll look a little bit different. So this will be the first and only time that it'll actually look like the attached email that we
Okay.
guys. So next year it'll change up just a little bit. It'll be a little more easily to
So they haven't talked to you about the format or anything, just? Okay.
No, it'll become it won't be the gateway entry going forward, according to them, it'll become part of our actuarial plan when they send it out, but they sent that out in June and that's supposed to place in July,
July. So they were just trying to get on the good side of the Senate bill since it started in July.
Right, I normally enter all that information on Gateway for, and then their information, so they. If that's what I go by is basically, it's screenshots.
So then with that being said, I guess if you guys have any questions over what that information is on there, let us know. And then if not, then we'll revisit this again this upcoming year in 26. So that's all I had.
Very good. Appreciate you guys sharing the information with us.
Nope, no worries.
I have one
Yes,
question.
ma'am.
As far as like your benefit plan contact, who manages that? Has there been any changes or anything with that? You still talking to the same advisor?
That's correct.
Okay.
all I would say.
They recently changed their name. It was One America and now it's
That's new.
McCready,
Well,
isn't that who
It's
did it
October or
last year?
something.
that's who's done it always. They have, so it was One America and now it is October 3. They're
Okay,
subsidiary companies
okay,
that
all right,
all fall under the umbrella of McCready.
okay, all right. All right, yeah.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Up next is the building inspector, Josh Klein, to talk about the interlocal agreement.
Good evening. A few years ago, Hanover had come to me and asked me to do their building inspections. They've had trouble getting somebody to, take that spot for them. And I've turned them down several times just because I didn't want to get involved with it and, you know, be out there and somebody say, well, he's getting paid by the county and he's doing Hanover's getting paid by them and, double dipping or however you want to look at that. So I've turned them down several times and then we had a GIS meeting back in, I think it was in January of this year. And I was in there with, Amanda Rosel, and she was telling me that that Hanover hasn't turned in any assessments for any new buildings in the last 2 or 3 years. And she said that the county's really missing out on a lot of tax money on that. So we had discussed that a little bit during that meeting, and I went over and had a couple other meetings with her shortly after that and discussed that. And she said they really need somebody there. And I really didn't pursue it. I don't know if because I talked to Pat McGrath about it a little bit, and he said, well, we can do that through an interlocal. And I didn't, at the time, I'm just an old country boy, I didn't know what an interlocal even was, but anyway, he explained that to me that we could do it through an interlocal, and then Hanover reached out to me a couple months later and asked if I'd be willing to do that. And I said, if I was gonna do that, I'd wanna do it through an interlocal, and I'd want to bring our staff in on it so that it wasn't just me. Taylor Bollick, she's in her office, she's helped out tremendously with permitting and stuff as well. And I know that she would do a great job if we did the interlocal to continue doing that, so. I started reaching out, I reached out to commissioners, Pat McGrath. Like I said, I talked to the assessors and the auditors some too, so I kind of trying to talk with everybody what we need to do to move forward. Pat come up with an interlocal agreement. They took it to the town of Hanover and discussed it. I think the town, they're thoroughly excited to get somebody that can take care of that for them. I put a hand out there. I hope you all saw that. It's got the interlocal agreement there, and then a letter I tried to kind of explain some of my thoughts on that. So is there any questions?
When is he anticipated? Would this start in January?
They would like for it to start the beginning of the year as soon as possible, is where Hanover's at with it. My understanding is if we would get your blessing, we would take it to the first available commissioners meeting to try and move forward with it.
Go ahead, Gary. Josh, in general, what would be your specific duties at this new enterprise?
It would basically be their inspections. They're still gonna do all their own zoning and whatnot. On page 2, kind of has a list of things that we would do. But we would provide building inspection. We would actually do the permitting in our office, so people from Hanover would have to come downtown to meet us in the office. And there is a tiny bit of enforcement. Most of their zoning enforcement would be through them. But as far as unsafe buildings and their ordinance falls under the building inspector, we probably do 2 to 3 in the county a year. So I don't anticipate it being more than 1 or 2 on that, but they would still cover all the expenses of that. It would just. Yes, correct. It would just be, I would be the one that would sign the letter and posted on the door of the property, so.
So,
It's a little bit tough to know all the details on how many
Until it
permits,
gets
how much
started.
mileage, all that, because they really haven't been doing that for the last
Mm-hmm.
several years. One thing that I want to point out is the interlocal agreement that with a 30-day notice, either party can terminate that at any time. So if there's something that's not working out as it should, we could have a letter sent to them saying that we want to dissolve this and, you know, we may enter into another one with a different agreement at that time, but either party could stop it and, you know, reevaluate it at any time.
so on the 30-day notice, on the 30-day notice, does it just say deceased or, cancel the contract, or are they talking on any part of the contract can be negotiated, such as salary,
If we terminated the interlocal agreement, then anything in that agreement could
to be
be
negotiated?
negotiated
Okay.
and reapproved at that time.
All right,
It's kind of, we want to definitely have that in there, that it wasn't a yearly contract, that it was, that it could be terminated anytime just because of the lack of history
right.
and details that they had.
My next question is, so if we have this interlocal agreement with Hanover, who are you reporting to someone at Hanover, or are they just, are the residents of Hanover just using?
I would still report to their, Hanover council.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
1,000, is that coming out of Hanover's treasury?
Yeah, so how it would work is Hanover would pay us $25,000 annually, and then that would go up by 3% every year to provide increases in salary. My concern was that, of course, we also use that money to cover all expenses, and Pat said yes, that it should cover all expenses, including the perf and other benefits that are associated with that pay increase. I think that we should create a separate fund and keep this money
Mhm.
always separate, and then just pay it as whatever amount that is agreed upon, because it just states how much they're going to give to provide an increase in salary. It doesn't necessarily say how much for each individual or if there's any additional breakdown. Once that's determined, then all of that be paid out of the one fund and keep it separate from county general.
That was gonna be my next question, was don't go into county general and then we pull out of that, or so you think we ought to do
Yeah,
it separate?
with everything with Senate Bill 1, I don't think we should look to increase by this amount in county general at this time.
Mhm.
Josh, you gonna be able to handle this extra workload? I mean, you and I talked about this.
I think so.
Okay.
There's a lot of, there's a lot of times I drive right through Hanover, going to inspections. I mean, I do it every day,
Mhm.
pretty much, and I feel like adding another one, at this point, I try to go to an area if somebody needs a permit. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes I'm on opposite ends of the county in the same day from one to the next, but I typically, if I get a heads up a day ahead of time, like I ask people to give me, I try to schedule everything, so I run over in this area now and then, another areas, so I'm not backtracking whatnot, so I feel like I can easily throw, it's not that far away. It's on my way to a lot of things, so
Mhm.
I feel like it wouldn't be real hard to work that in.
My ask would be within the first 6 months, you should know whether this is going to be something that's an advantage for the county, if it's something that is feasible for you. So to keep a close eye on whether that the workload is there, if it's feasible, if it's cost effective and efficient for the county to do this.
So you want like a 6-month evaluation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just got one more quick question.
Uh-huh.
It says here, the county will not provide litigation services for the enforcement of the building code. So who will that be?
Hanover will.
Hanover.
Yes, Hanover will.
How many, extra hours would you guesstimate would be devoted to, Hanover?
I really
He
don't,
doesn't know
I
yet.
really don't know right at this time. That's it's kind of the first,
Don't know.
I kind of felt like it's the first year, like you're saying, 6 months. I think we'll have a really better feel after the first year, because, I mean, even with us, the workload's not the same year round. I mean, we have slow times and especially Christmas coming up, you would think 2 weeks before Christmas, everything would be dead because everybody's getting ready for Christmas, but it's just the opposite. Almost the 2 weeks before Christmas, everybody wants to get moved in. So I get calls like crazy the 2 weeks before, so. I think it's just gonna be kind of see how it goes and figure it out as we go.
Mhm.
Yeah, with that new subdivision they're building, that St. Ames building, it's,
Sorry.
you know, they've already got, I think, 3 or 4 finished and 4 more going up.
Yeah. I think that was one of the big pushes when they were talking about that subdivision coming in, that they wanted somebody to come to take care of that as well.
50 some houses gonna be there.
Josh, one thing I noticed is, there was nothing in here for like materials or, for paper forms or, any electronics or anything you might need to help support this.
Okay, as far as all that is provided through Hanover.
Okay.
We share the same iWorks program, software company. And in the interlocal says that they will take care of that and any expenses in the GIS and all as well. But I actually had a call from them yesterday wanting to know if this had been passed yet so that they could move forward with that, I guess. I think they're waiting on the yes before
Mhm.
they send a bill to Hanover to start that, so.
I didn't know for, a lot of times, office supplies kind of sneak up on you, so I didn't know if there's any additional material you might need there or not that we needed to put a little bit of money over for.
I think everything in that aspect is gonna be taken care of from them through the interlocal.
Very good.
It seems like a win-win, really, for you, but also for the county and for Hanover. We appreciate you putting yourself out there. We really do.
Thank you, and as anybody else, I mean, ultimately is looking to, a pay increase and.
And not everybody's got your skill set either, so, not everybody can do what you do, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, when I built my house out there, they had a guy from the street department come and do the first inspection, and then nobody ever showed up again.
I do care about the community and, like to see some things built safely for not only us, but for the future generations as well. So,
Mhm.
absolutely. Any more questions?
No, I don't have any.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you so much.
You want me to include that on the salary ordinance then in a separate fund from those amounts?
I believe so.
Okay.
We need to keep those separate as we. Reviewed earlier. With that, I'll turn it over to our auditor to talk about a few items.
I have sent out proposed 2026 county council meeting dates. We have stuck to the same, second Tuesday in every case, except we always do the third Tuesday in July. And I was putting it out to see if we could do the first Tuesday because it splits the month up a little more and we don't have meetings I think it was 3 weeks in between. It actually makes them where it's actually a month apart again. So that is the only difference.
I'll motion to approve the dates for our 2026 meetings
I'll
for
second
council.
that.
Okay.
That was a hard one.
Yeah. The other item I have is I always ask for permission at the end of the year for Kristen and I to make transfers to clean up these account lines that may fall negative in the last month of doing business. If we could get that approval.
Move to give you permission.
I'll second that.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much for cleaning it up. That always makes year end a lot easier on both of us.
Yes, and then the last item I have listed on the agenda was our salary ordinance that I did not bring. I'm still working on a few aspects, and then I'll include the building inspection portion. But I'll be emailing that to you guys soon to look over, and then we'll have to approve that in the December meeting. And then I did receive notice my 1782, and after working with DLGF, we do not have to make any changes. So the budget is approved at this time.
Share the initial email from Friday.
The initial email was a little scary because I did forget to report a balance for one of the funds, so I had a slight heart attack, but we're good now.
So our 2026 budget is approved.
Our 2026 budget is approved, yes.
Amen.
Yes.
No cuts.
Yeah, I was in Heather's office Friday when the email came in, what, 500,000?
Yeah, oh, no, 1.5 million, really.
Oh, yeah, with the local registries, yeah.
Like-
So there's a panic moment there for,
I had a little bit of a panic, and then DLGF got back with me. Well, I finally called them myself on Monday afternoon, but it is all taken care of now.
I think you all should feel good about that, because I don't know what will happen for 2027's budget, is all I'm gonna say. It'll be very interesting. Not this year, was interesting. Wait till next year.
Yes. And then if you want, I can go on into additionals.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, so 1138 Coon Cap Development, account 31515, computer maintenance for $35,000. That is a one-time expense for lightning damage in late August that we are gonna have to cover some expenses for insurance.
So is that our deductible?
Yes.
Seriously?
It was a lot of, it was all included in the packet. I don't think I brought it with me, but it was to replace switches and stuff on the server.
it's 10%
Yeah,
or
Okay.
5%, something on that line.
it was a lot.
I guess is it the ovation?
Yes.
I
If you
didn't
look
look
through
at
that one.
it. Well, I kind of started to look at it, I just kind of glazed over when I started diving in it. All right.
All in the courthouse.
Yeah,
Yes, that was all in the courthouse.
all right.
Well, I'll make the motion that we move with the computer maintenance for $35,000.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, and the next two are for county general and their actual reimbursement. Well, two of them are reimbursements for the sheriff's department. One from Zimmer Tractor that will be going back to Garage and Motors in the amount of $203.78. And one from Centos in the amount of $764.92 going back to household. And then the last item was, the prosecutor's office paid their $5,000 to them to pay for the flock contract. So we do have to appropriate that so that we can pay their portion of the flock contract.
Motion to approve the 5,969.
I'll second. Motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
All right.
Opposed? Good.
Okay, and then we do have another two reimbursements. The first one is for public safety for training school in the amount of $249, where we had paid for training and then the training was canceled. And then the next is for Coombe Jail for jail maintenance in the amount of $1,111 for restitution, replacing a jail window.
Motion,
I'll make that motion.
motion, I second.
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, and then just for, the resolution then, in the amount of $42,329 for 2025-015.
Did we get an explanation on
That's the.
It's the
there.
total
Yeah,
of all
total
the
amount.
that?
additionals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. I'll make a motion to approve $42,329 for the resolution.
I'll second that.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
You're welcome.
Next, open the meeting to any public comment that may be this evening, anyone in the audience come forward. Not everybody at once. Okay.
Someone's really think. To be right about himself.
I was there when you might change.
Do we need to do some kind of approval or anything on that?
I'll need it. Well,
Interlocal will be approved through the commissioners.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be approved, but, they've given the blessing, I guess. to
Yeah.
move forward.
Yeah.
Council's in favor.
Council's in favor of it. We didn't have anything as far as like monetary, like an appropriation or anything as far as money goes. So we really didn't have to like appropriate anything, so, but we are approved.
Okay.
As long as we know about it, they're the ones that will move forward.
Yeah, Bob, you had talked about figuring out exactly how much was going to PERF, how much was going to, I think that was gonna be figured out, and we would be okay with it, that was our goal. We just-
Right, and, I can put together an additional for that for January so that it's budgeted, and then from that point forward, we can just budget it.
We did find out some good things about them though, was it DNR or IDEM?
DNR said good things about it.
Yeah, DNR said really, I mean, that was good, they were talking about, who are you gonna get? Oh, him? Oh, we like him, get him. Anyway, we knew he was doing a good job, now we know everyone out there or.
Oh, shucks.
We do appreciate what you do because I know a lot of times you don't get that appreciation when you're out on the call.
Yeah.
But we do appreciate it.
For sure.
A lot of rough areas have been cleaned up due to your hard work, so appreciate that.
He's not gonna be able to get his head through that door. The guy's
Working on it.
I'll take the top off the food.
Jealousy.
All right, anything the council has to bring up this evening?
Yeah, no, it's, Shelton, what we talked about.
Didn't plan.
Okay, I can do it next month.
Okay. There's an upcoming interlocal agreement, on the animal shelter that'll be discussed next month. I'm sure you'll hear it from the commissioners meeting, shortly as well.
So we will be talking about that next month. Before Chris leaves and before the end of the meeting, I thought I'd take this opportunity to present Chris with something, and recognize him, so thought I'd give this to
Thank
you.
you so much.
Mhm. Yeah, go ahead.
No, just.
Wait a minute. It's not moving.
Black dye and a dog.
The cat.
Be one of those confetti cannons. That would,
Hanging in the house.
That's pretty. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate this. It's been a quick, 12 years and a few months here and, it's been my honor to be able to serve on the council and to serve the residents of Jefferson County. Thank you all very much. I'll read it, but I'll try to. Says presented to you, Chris Shelton, in recognition for your 12 years of faithful service to the people of Jefferson County. Your commitment to fiscal responsibility, progress, and community well-being has made Jefferson County a better place to live, work, and grow. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate you all.
With that,
Turn it over to Ray.
I'll take a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Have a motion. Do I have a